How's it going, guys? It's Red, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys a super powerful high difficulty melee setup that you guys could be using right now in Back 4 Blood. But before we get into that, if you're new here to the channel, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with, so if you guys are in some dire need of teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, so here we are in the deck building menu in Back 4 Blood. This is going to be the complete deck list, so if you guys are just looking to copy and paste the deck, now is your time to do so. But for the remainder of this video, I'm just going to be talking about why every card is where it is, and just what role every card plays in the deck, and just everything like that. Now, just a quick rundown on what your main objectives when you're playing the deck are and just everything like that is you are primarily going to be on the common infected patrol. That is just where the melee category excels, which means you are also going to have to be able to pull out your primary weapon to help your team with the special infected, because in my opinion right now, I don't feel like it's a really good strategy to just run up and try and melee all the special infected that you see, because I feel like that's just a really big way you can get separated from your team. There's just so many different things, like if you accidentally get caught by a crusher, you never want to try to hit reekers, exploders, anything like that. Stalkers and hawkers are probably going to hit you before you hit them, so it's a lot better if you can keep something like a shotgun or an LMG in your primary slot to help your team when there's not just waves of common coming at you guys. Now, in the number one spot is going to be Meth Head, which gives us plus 40% melee attack speed, 30% melee stamina efficiency, and our melee attacks are no longer going to stick in tough enemies, but it is going to disable our aim down sights. Now, right away, this card pretty much just forces us into being a pretty hard melee build, but the reason it's all the way in the number one spot is because this does everything that you want to be doing as the melee player, especially when you're only on common patrol. This is going to make you swing faster and use less stamina when you swing. This is just all you need when it comes to killing common. You just need to be able to swing as fast as humanly possible. Now, number two is going to be Rhythmic Breathing, which gives us plus 40% stamina. This one's super straightforward. Now, the reason I put it all the way up in the number two spot is because I feel like any deck that is primarily focused on meleeing needs a stamina buffer. Like, the base amount of stamina that we get just isn't enough on its own, so that's why I put this card in the deck. I just feel like, it's just necessary. Because, I mean, in a way, extra stamina is the extra ammo capacity cards for, the gun decks, and, you obviously don't run very many gun decks without putting something like, ammo mule or ammo belt in the deck, and I feel like the same logic just goes with Rhythmic Breathing and, stamina / melee decks. Now, number three is going to be Berserker, which gives us plus 10% melee damage, 10% melee speed, 5% sprint speed, and 5% move speed for each melee kill in the last 4 seconds. Now, the point of this card is just to make it so we are absolutely unstoppable when we are on common infected patrol, and this is going to make it so when we do eventually have to, take, kind of a scary one-on-one challenge with a special infected, maybe we'll have a few extra Berserker charges and it won't be that bad. Now, number four is going to be Battle Lust, which says melee kills are going to heal 2 health each. This one's pretty self-explanatory. This one's just a huge life buffer, and as long as you can just avoid taking trauma damage, this card is going to be the sole reason that you are pretty much at full health the entire time, especially since, you're going to be killing, groups of common infected at a time. Now, number 9 is going to be Adrenaline Fueled, which says when we kill an enemy, we gain 7 stamina over 7 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Now, the reason I have Adrenaline Fueled under Rhythmic Breathing is because I feel like Adrenaline Fueled just gets that much better when you have all this extra stamina to play with, because I do really feel like it's just gonna, allow you to have infinite stamina as long as there's enough enemies. And something interesting about this card is it says when you kill an enemy, not when you kill an enemy using a melee weapon, not when you melee an enemy, nothing like that. So this is even going to proc when we have to pull out something like our LMGs or our shotguns to help out our team as well. This is another really big reason I like this card for the deck, and I put this card in the deck rather than just another card that's going to give us more stamina or more stamina regeneration. Now, number 6 is going to be Brazen, which is going to give us plus 20% melee stamina efficiency, 30% melee attack speed, but minus 5% damage resistance as the downside. Now, the reason that this card's all the way down here is because it's just a worse version of Meth Head, and honestly just a worse version of Berserker too. But like I was saying at the beginning of this video, the number one thing that we want is the ability to just swing as fast as humanly possible and take up as little stamina doing it, because that is what, killing the common infected's all about. Rather than, having really big, powerful swings, we just have fast little ones that are going to keep all the common away. Number 7 is going to be Motorcycle Helmet, which gives us plus 15% damage resistance, plus 10 health, but it disables our aim down sights. Now, the number 1 card in our deck, Meth Head, already disables our aim down sights, so that is just not a cost, and it's simply just the best armor card in the entire game. It's better than Padded Suit, and it's better than Motorcycle Jacket, just in every single way, so that's why we're playing it. Now, number 8 is going to be Batter Up, which gives us plus 40% melee damage and plus 5 health. Now, the reason that this is kind of all the way down in, the lower half of the deck is because I don't really want to pick this card when my character is still stuck with something like a machete or, the baseball bat. This card only really gets good when you have things like the hatchet or the fire axe, because this card is really going to be the difference maker between you being able to, actually reliably kill special infected. Because if you got something like a hatchet or a fire axe and then you put Batter Up on, as long as you hit them in their weak spot, you're gonna one-tap any special infected that you have, except like tall boys. And even at that, you're still gonna stumble them and you're still not gonna get hit. But if you're still stuck with something like a machete or like the bat and you pick Batter Up, it's not gonna do a whole lot, and you're probably still just gonna end up taking a lot of damage. Now, number 9 is going to be Experienced EMT, which says when we use a medical accessory, the target gains 10% maximum health, stamina, and stamina regen until the end of the level. Now, the primary reason we're playing this card is because just for healing ourselves, we're going to get extra health, stamina, and stamina regen, and obviously for a melee-based build that is completely dependent on the stamina bar, that is obviously very good for us. And, just a quick little side thing you can do with this card is you can also give this to all 3 of your teammates, and if you guys are really, committed to just getting as much value out of this card as humanly possible, you guys can literally just open the starting door, just shoot each other once, and then heal yourself quickly with something. That way you can proc Experienced EMT, but that's obviously not needed. That's just something extra you can do with the card. Number 10 is going to be Screwdriver, which gives us plus 50% use speed and plus 10% stamina. Now, I like to incorporate this card into pretty much every melee deck I play because the extra stamina is obviously very, very useful, and use speed is just way better now than it ever was before, especially with all the Ridden Hives coming around. We just gotta tear through that webbing and just do other stuff that require use speed. Just so much more stuff now than before requires use speed, and just because use speed comes up more now than it ever did, that's just incoherently making use speed better than it ever was before. Now, number 11 is going to be Slugger, which gives us plus 5 health and 10% melee stamina efficiency and 20% melee attack speed. Now, this is the last card in the deck that is going to make us swing faster, but it's totally worth it because we are just an absolute beast at this point in the deck. No common infected is going to even come close to getting past us. And honestly, at this point, as long as we have something like a fire axe or a hatchet, most special infected aren't even going to get past us at this point. Now, number 12 is going to be Spiky Bits, which gives us plus 20% melee damage, 20% damage resistance while using a melee weapon, but we have a downside of minus 15% ammo capacity. Now, we're clearly a melee deck, and we do use our primary a little bit, so this ammo capacity is actually a little bit of a downside, but I do feel like that this card is just strong enough to where we can look past this downside, because, we get even more damage resistance than we do with Motorcycle Helmet, and we get 20% melee damage. But the reason it's so low in the deck is because, honestly, there's just other things that I wanted to get set up first. I obviously wanted to get, all of these Meth Head effects going. I wanted to get all of the things that were going to make us swing faster and use less stamina. I wanted to get our stamina itself under control, and I wanted to make sure our health total was going to be good. So, there's just different priorities that, had to be considered and done before we can get to using cards like Spiky Bits. Number 13 is going to be Energy Bar, which gives us plus 30% stamina regeneration and plus 5 health. Now, this one seems pretty self-explanatory. We are completely just a stamina-based deck. We really don't care about our ammo. Our stamina bar is our ammo bar, essentially, so getting that to refill even faster is essentially just getting extra reload speed for any of our guns. Now, number 14 and 15 are going to serve the same purpose, that just being various DPS cards, 14 being Ignore the Pain, which gives us plus 20% melee damage against mutations, and when we deal melee damage to a mutation, it's going to heal 1 health and recover 3 stamina. and number 15 being Heavy Hitter, which says melee hits against weak spots deal plus 20 additional stumble damage. Now, the reason for these two are, just to help us with mutations, because dealing with mutations is honestly just the weakest part about this deck, especially if we somehow get separated from the rest of the group and we don't have someone that has various things, very powerful shotguns or frag grenades, something that can bail us out. We need to be able to take these 1v1s whenever we can, and whenever we get put into a situation like a finale or something even close to a finale where there's multiple hordes, I mean, it's very likely we're gonna have to, just man up and deal with a couple special infected ourselves, and these cards are just gonna make it a lot easier. Well, that's going to do it for the video, guys. Make sure to leave a comment down below telling me any deck changes that you guys would make, and as always, if you happen to enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with, so if you guys are in some dire need of teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And until next time, it's been Red, and I'll see you guys in the next video.